Good morning, everyone. This is Key of W playing the Artisan of Glimmith for the billionth time. I will get back to my other videos, I promise, to both of my fans. So I'm here in the mismatch section. We've got a silver window here. I think I should goldify them all, or gild, as the game says, but I'm not a fancy pants person. Why would I say fancy pants words like that? Did I see something through the crack there? I did see. Oh, a 7. Not happening. I mean, it'll eventually happen, but I'm starting with the easier puzzles, working my way up. I don't think there's many easy ones left, but we'll start with those, work our ways, 3s, 4s, 5s, maybe a couple 6s. And we'll gild this window today. Mismatch, okay, well, we can't have any singles. So we're forced to make this a domino, a double. Because if we make it any bigger than that, we have a single here. There's nothing we can do. So we've got our 1 and our 2 set. This has to be at least 3, and it can't be bigger than 3. If this is larger than 3, then what do we do? So imagine I made a 4. This is a domino now, and I can't fill that space with anything, so I can't make that happen. So we have just an elbow piece here. This means this piece can't be smaller than 3, and it can't be 3 either, because we can't make a straightaway piece. It has to be at least 4, which means it has to take this spot at least. It could take all of that. Let me think about this one down here. This piece has to go... It could go as far as that. I don't think so. Let me think about it. I'm just trying to make sure I don't duplicate pieces. Like if I make this just a C shape, what do I do here? Oh, I think I'm good. I think I'm good. This actually is fine. I was worried I broke the puzzle. I was looking a little bit ahead. I was trying to think, what do I do with these 4 spaces? So if I do this right here, I would be forced to make this an S-shaped piece, and then I would be stuck. I wouldn't be able to fill in these spaces. So I'm actually not going to fill this space in. I'm going to make it a P shape. Is that right? No, not a P shape, just an O shape. Give myself a triomino and then an L shape down here. That's it. I do like mismatch as a rule. It's cute. Mismatch, little Among Us guy. Precision, mismatch. Okay, I'm betting I have to fit, yeah, I have to fit all of the pieces in. So I know right away the T shape is going to go here, because there's no other way to get this sort of thing. So I don't know if it moves up or left, but whatever, this is where the T shape goes. It means this can't be T. This can't. So I know O shapes can't go here. Somewhere's got to be an I shape. Where would I shape go? It's not going to go there, because then we're going to give another I shape here. Can't go here, because that forces an L shape here and an L shape there. So I shape doesn't go in the bits. Neither does O, neither does T. So S and L are going to go in these. Now if an L shape goes here, we are screwed? Yeah, because if an L shape goes here, we have to go all the way up. And then bending left gives us an orphan. Bending right doesn't give us an orphan. It does this. But now what goes here has to be another L shape. So this has to be the S shape here. Now does it go that way or this way? This would be a problem. The reason this is a problem is now where do we put the O shape? Okay, you think right here. But then where do we put the I shape? Okay, so let's put the I shape there, but then where do we put the O shape? It's here. So I think we have to go that way. And how do I make this work? Maybe I was right to do this. Yeah, sorry, this should be here. Because now I got this spot. So we get the L shape, and then the O shape goes there. Nice. Let's see, any more 3s to take care of? That's a 2 down there. Mismatch. Okay. Let's just get, these are our 4 regions. This gotta come up. So there's that. Is there any way to, like, not have this? If I put a wall here, then what would this red one touch? This blocks that in. It would, yeah, there's no way. So this red doesn't touch that. Let's leave it. What if I... see, now I'm in trouble. If I do this, I'm in trouble again. If I did that, This, interesting. If I made this one go up. No, I feel like gotta have something going on. Now those are the same. I don't think I can in any way stop, right? Hold on, that's gotta go that far at least. I don't think I can in any way stop them from touching the one directly above. Like I can't do something like this because then to go around, you're just screwed. This has to touch that one. Yeah. So I need... This won't work because... Oh, no, that will work. I just mistook those for the same thing. Weird. Weird puzzle. Let's do a 4. Why not? Okay, well, let's start with that. Mismatch means that's our solo piece. We can't have any solo pieces. So everything's got to come out in some way. So is there any way I can rule out a domino somewhere? Crack my knuckles. This has come out. This piece can't move left? Yeah. This circle can't move left. The reason this one can't move left is we now have 2 dominoes. So you think, oh, well, just don't make this one a domino. Well, now we have 2 dominoes there. So that's blocked, so it comes up. All right, so somebody here is a domino, right? No matter what I do, which means this guy is not. So we got to move it out. I'll change the color once I figure out which type it is. That way, I'll just say yellow as I don't know what color it is. This got to come out. They both have to be at least 3. I don't know which, because like if I do this, it's fine for this to be the elbow piece. But if I make this here, this piece has to come out because we can't have another elbow piece. That's got to come out. That's got to come out. Hold on. So now we can't move this left because I have 2 dominoes. So our elbow piece goes right there. That one's set, which means this has to come out. Which means this one can't move up. This is our domino. And we have a straightaway here, which means this has to come out. No, this has to come out. This has come out. But now this one is a guaranteed 4 piece. So this guy's got to come out again. We got to bring this out at least that far. So we got 2 of these pieces coming out. This piece can't just end here or there, so it has to move this far at least. This one's going to have to move out. What do I do with this one? I could make... I think I actually have this. I think I have it. So I think if I make this an O shape, I just keep this as an S shape. These two got to be different. So I actually make this an L shape going up. I keep this one here, make this an L shape going down, and make this a T shape going up. Yeah. No, not the 6s right now. We'll get to the 6s. Dead end, that's done. Mismatch. So we just have to do with all this stuff. So we know we have that going on. Oh, okay, but we can't have this be a dead end, so this is going to be a domino, because now that's a dead end. So no more, everything's got to be 3 or higher. We've got 22 spaces left, we can make that work. Whatever this is, has to come up. And I can't put the wall on the left side, because if I do, I have a new thing that's just going to be a domino there. So this has to move left. That's where the wall is. But it can't move up, because then that makes that not a dead end. So this piece has to move up and over here. And now the corner of this is going to be here. So it's at least that. Not totally sure. This could come through, or it could be a separate piece there. If I did this, I would have to make a domino here, so it's not going to happen. We have just an S piece there. So this is how our good old palisade happens there. I think we have our elbow piece here, because if we were to move this, this one can't go left. I can go left. But then we run into trouble here. We'd have a domino. So no. So we got to put a wall here. So now it's a question of where the wall goes here. If the wall goes there, well, we have a domino here. So wall goes there, and this is our elbow. Let's make it a different color today. Now, I think... what do I do with that? This has to now come out and go further. I can't have an elbow there, though. So maybe this comes up and down. How would that work? This is one piece. Then what goes there? Fuck. Actually, if this happens at all, then we're screwed here. So this would have to go, but now what do I do with all these? Yeah, how do I do this section? Is it in fact here? No, that makes a problem. It feels like that's got to be the case. But then what do I do here? This has to be its own piece. Now if it comes down through here, this one is screwed. Because it can't move down, it's just done. Where, okay, I've done something wrong. Is it here? Does it go out? How do I make this work then? This can't work. Because these two pieces are non-negotiable. So I can't have any other things, so I can't make... If I bring this out, this is now either this is a domino in one of the directions, right? Well, it could be this, but now we have a solo piece there. So that can't happen. If that's the case, then now... Can I make this one? I can make that one unit. This might be it. But then how do I do this section? This is it. This is it. There we go. Why did that one stump me? That one shouldn't have stumped me. That was just a 2. Alright, let's make sure we got all those 2s and 3s out of the way. Mismatch precision. Okay, well, all I know is that I'm going to have to make sure that these two shapes touch each other, and these two shapes touch each other. Not exactly sure how it's going to go yet. But there should be, yeah, once you take the 2 out for this, we'll have 25 pieces left. Whatever goes here also has to go there. In fact, we'll also take that spot and that spot. So it's a P shape, just a question of does it take that one or does it take that one? Either way, we're going to have a piece take these 3. This shape has got to come out that far. If I did this, though, I would be forced to make a P shape up here. So no to that. That's how we go. And then we have a C shape there. We can put an F shape and an L shape. I think that's how it's going to go. F shape goes there. L shape goes there. Nice. 6, 5. Let's just get rid of the... I think I've gotten rid of 3s and stuff. Let's do a 4 here. Mismatch and precision. Looks like a giant F shape. I got to put 4 shapes that are different that are pentominoes. I don't think I can put a P shape here. I'm just trying to think, because we've got boxes things. It's just like it's asking for P shapes, right? And so I can't, because if I did this, I would have to then come up with a different shape here that isn't a P shape. I could come up with that shape. Actually, this works. This just totally works. That's not satisfying. What is this thing? Is this supposed to be like a door? Yeah, it is. Mismatch precision. Now we're talking. Okay, so we've got to make how many pentominoes? 9 pentominoes. It's not too bad. Let's start here. This guy is forced at least at the start. This one's forced that far, and then we have another one here. Ah, so this is an L shape. We've got that out of the way. So this piece now can't be an L shape. It's got to be an I shape. That's out of the way. So if I move this 4 spaces over, we're screwed. So it's got to move up and over, be the N shape. So now what do I do with this one? This one's got to be a Z shape. Well, now we're screwed. We don't have the right amount of spaces in here. Let's go back. Let's go back. The yellow's got to come out. And then this has to be a new shape. Okay. Okay. Was there any other thing I could do here? That's that. That's that. That's that. Y shape can be done too. I should think about that. Over here, this comes out. And we've got to have a shape there. Well, if I don't take this space, then I have an I or an L. So I do have to take that space. Yeah, if I do this, I am in fact forced to make an S, and then we have the wrong amount of spaces in there. So I guess we are forced to make a Y shape here. Which means we're definitely not going to do that. If blue doesn't take this space down here, I am forced to make an S shape and it leaves an orphan. So we do have to take that shape. So it's an F or it's a W. Well, let's get rid of this for just a second. If I make a W shape, I've got 12 in here. I can't make 2 pentominoes at that. So I have to make the F shape. So the orange got to come out. And I can't make it the V shape. If I bring 4 out this way, I either have an I, an L, or a Y. So I can't do that. So I have to make this shape. Give the C shape here. This is where the Z shape goes. And then down here, T shape, P shape. I think we'll get it from there. Yeah. Good work. That was a better puzzle than that one. I actually had to think about it. And not just see the answer magically. Okay. All right. We'll start with that. Mismatch. We got our single. So this spot right here, don't know what I'm going to do yet, but it's got to take those 3. I think it's got to take that one. If it doesn't take that one, yeah, if I were to block this off, we're screwed here because this piece can't be single. It's got to move that far. Well, if it moves one more, we have a single. If it doesn't move, we've got 2 dominoes. So we've got to make a T shape right there, which means you have to have an elbow shape here. So those are taken now. So this can't be an elbow shape. Could just be a domino and a P shape. That works for me. What if this is a... I'm going to try not to do that sort of thing. I guess if this were the domino shape, if we just said that was it, we would have to have a shape here. It's not a domino. We have a lot of options. This can't be a domino. If whatever we bring up here creates a domino there or is a part of it. How about in here? I can have an N shape there and a domino here, which would force a regular S shape there. Oh, I think this will actually work, because I can put an L shape and a P shape right there. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Some 5s. I like 5s. I'm just trying to see if I can get rid of the other ones first. 5s. 6s. No thanks. How many more do I got? Only 3 more to get to the next level. Might as well grab some 5s. I just don't want to do a thing where I do this really hard, fun puzzle and like, oh yeah, there was a 2 that I missed. Let's grab this guy. Mismatch, precision, polyomino. All right. So we got pentominoes, and we can't ever duplicate pentominoes. So cross shape goes there, N shape, I shape. We've got to have our C shape here. We've got to have an F shape. We've got to have a T shape. I'm going to actually turn the T shape to blue. We're going to turn this one to red. There you go. Different colors for all those. So the cross shape, where's the center of the cross? It's not going to be to the left or above. It's not going to be down below. So it's either here or here. But either way, this cross moves to the right. It's got to go there. And it's got to move. Yeah, these are in common no matter what I do. This I shape can't move to the right, so it's got to move up and down. It's got to take at least those 2 spots. This T shape can't move to the right, so I think this is one way, or this is the other way. Can't imagine a world where it doesn't take that spot. So it does take that spot. Oops, I want this blue. It's important this stays blue. Okay, is that all? What else can I do? Let me think about if I did this. Yeah, this cross can't be here, and the reason is what goes in this space? It can't touch either of these things. So the cross actually is going to be here. That gives me 6 spaces in this spot. So the I shape can't take all 3 of these, because now this won't make an N shape. So at the very least, it has to move that far. Now if I take these 2, we won't make an N shape. So we have to take that one as well. And if I take just this one, this is possible. I can just put a whole ass shape and go in there. So maybe it does, but I know it takes these. Actually, I think it would have to be an entire shape. I don't think this can go, yeah. But as it stands, this could take one spot and make a V shape in there. We don't know. So what do I do here? We've definitely got something coming out that way. Still don't know where we're going with this one. This is possible? Yeah, it's possible. Actually, is this possible? This would no longer be. We'd basically be forced to do this, and now this F shape can't go anywhere. So no, that is not a possible thing we can do. So this C shape could go that way. Yeah. Don't think this is possible either. Here's why. Once again, we would not be able to do this. The F shape would cause an orphan cell. So we'd be forced up here, which would force the F shape there. And now we have an orphan cell. Pretty sure that logic tracks. So it's this way, or it could be... No. It just feels too ambiguous here. I don't think I have the answer in that spot. I've got to have something up here as well. It takes those 2 spots. This is fine. This is not fine. Like this can only take one more spot in here. And it can't be this one. So either this is here or that's there. In which case we still have to take these 4 spots with this piece. So, don't know for sure. But this way or this way, is there any way I can like narrow down what it is? Is there any way it doesn't take that spot? Yes, there is. Is there any way it doesn't take this spot? Yeah. No, well, let's think about what goes in here now. Because, okay, if we assume this happens, we have to move down, right? Right, if we have a P shape here, this can't move, this can't move left, because now what part of the N is this? So it would move down and it would cause an orphan cell. This is the only way not to cause an orphan cell. So we have ourselves a V shape there. I shape. Now this shape here is its own thing, comes out. Now it can't be an I shape, but it can be an L, it can be a Y, that's fine. Can't be an N, can't be a V. In fact, if it goes this way, it would be forced to be a Y shape. Is there any way it doesn't touch that? That doesn't work. That doesn't work. No, this does have to go, and then it can't go there. So it's a Y or an L. New shape down there that we don't know. Is there any way I can work out which one this is? I'm not sure. What if this was a unique shape here, right? That wasn't this one. We'd have an L and then we'd have a problem. I don't think so. I mean, it could be a C shape. Like, it looks easy, but I don't know if that's right. Actually, hold on. If it's a C shape, we can have a P shape right here. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Not yet. Let me look here for just a second. If I did this, how many shapes we got left? We got one more in here, and then no, we can't do that. I was thinking that could solve my problem. This can't solve the problem. Yeah, we can't do this because now this piece here is blocking. This doesn't work because now we're forced to make two Y shapes. Is it down here? This can't be right. I don't think there's any other way to do this corner. Oh, this can't be a C shape because that's a C shape. I'm a dumbass. If I did down here, I think this T can't be here because now the F shape is nowhere to go. So I think the T shape is in fact forced here. Which I think gives me a P shape there and an L shape here. Which is going to force an N shape there. Here. Once again, I can't do that. I can bring it here and then change the shape again. I'm using red when I don't know what I'm doing. So now here I have to... I got it. Okay, this is a W shape, and then we have a Z shape. I got it. There we go. Good stuff. How about you? You're another 5. We'll do it. Well, we got a Y shape for sure. It's, again, all pentominoes. I like that there's a series of pentomino puzzles. Gives me a chance to really figure out what pentominoes are. I wonder if they'll ever do like a bunch of sextominoes. I feel like not a lot of puzzles go that far. That'd be interesting if they taught us that. This is going to have to move down those spaces. The question is, which way does the little nub go on the Y? This guy could move down. Not sure. We've got an L shape. We've got an F shape there. Well, somebody's got to go in this space. Okay, so if this W doesn't go down, that's the question. If the W blocks here, what goes in that spot? It's not going to be the F. It's not going to be the V. It would be a new shape. But that new shape doesn't have enough space. So this definitely goes down. Okay, now what goes here? It can't be an original shape. Must be one of these two. V is the only one that fits. Means F goes in there. Which means it has to bend and do this. Yeah, it's the only way to do it. Gives us a C shape right there. Huh. This can't go this way? I don't think this is possible. The reason is now the nub is going to have to be on the left side of this because we have 6 spaces here. We have to put a pentomino. This creates another W. This creates another F. So I think the W's got to go this way. So now over here we've got 9 spaces. I've got to put a 5 and then 4 more pieces in. That doesn't work either. Right? If I put a 5 in, yeah, I've got 4 spaces there. That's not going to happen. Okay, so I just break the puzzle. Is that what this is? Because I need something to go. I need something to go here. This creates a W. This creates an F. There's no other way to do this, right? Was there another way to do the F shape? Let's start over here. What goes in this space? P shape is the only thing that fits. So now over here I have 10 spaces, which suggests I just need 2 things. What would they be? Because whatever's in this space has to take that one as well. N shape will leave a Y shape here. And a P shape is going to double that. C shape could go here. It leaves another P shape, though. Is there any way this is not a P shape? How on earth would you do it? What are these 4 shapes? There's no way they're anything else, because whatever goes here blocks in 5 shapes. So this is required, and now this spot is broken. I must have done something wrong with this little section here. Oh, I could also have this Y completely wrong. Like, what if I'm an idiot and this is how the Y goes? So this one we still have the same issue down here. We can't have a separate shape. So something is going here. This can't be either of these twos. The W does come down, which forces the L over and the F over. So if we take it from there, that's that. This still has to be a P shape. There's nothing we can do about it. This still has to be the F shape now. So now with the Y shape going there, 22, we're going to add 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we're going to add 4 from here and 3 from there. That should be fine. Got 3 more pentominoes to fill. So now the one that's here is a little bit more restricted. We can't make a C shape, right? So if we go this way at all, it forces the W over that way. Actually, I don't think the W can go this way again, even without the Y shape being there, because 1, 2, 3. This is the W, this is the F, so we'd have to go this way, and then this. Is this going to cause a problem? No, this isn't. This actually is going to work out really well for me. So we're just going to put a little shape there, and then the end shape is good. Huh. Interesting puzzle. Interesting. Baited hard. All right, let's try this one. Oh no, come on. Mismatch with Palisades. All right, starting here, that's a requirement, and this is a requirement. So, don't know what else to do after that point. Now over here, this is a requirement. And then this is a requirement. We're not sure about this last piece. It could be an elbow with a 6, or it could be a 7 with a domino. Now over here, this is required, which is going to require that. So it's going to give us the space. Now we could fill it in. We don't know. They're not 100% sure yet. Now down here, we've got that going on. Now this has to be dead ends. So this actually has to be like that. And then this has to be like that. So once again, it's just a question of where do we put singles if we put them anywhere. So now, again, that's got to go. This corner piece, we have to do that. And then we have to do at least this much. Over here, we need to have that go on. This needs to go down like that. I see, with this thing here. All right. Okay, so we've got one settled. We've got a triomino settled, so this can't be. We have to move it at least this far. We have to have an L piece. Now, we also have to have at least an L piece here, but we can't have 2 L pieces. So if this is an L, we have a C shape. Whereas if this is a full V shape, I don't have to worry about that. This one of these 2 could be dominoes. Is there any danger to just doing this? The only other spot where there's a dangerous... Well, there's nowhere else I can put this shape. The only other spot is here, and that would leave me a triomino. So I think it's perfectly safe to just do this. Yeah. So we know we don't have to worry about that. These shapes are done. Is there any other way? Hold on a second. That's blocked in. I was going to say these look like the same thing, but they're not, because that's blocked in from the corner piece. We have to do this, because if we don't, we have, well, that's an L shape, or we have a single and an elbow. Fuck, single and an elbow. What would that do for me? It would force this to be a domino. We'd have a single elbow taken care of. This would be L shaped. This would be... I think that'd be fine. I think that actually would do it. I think putting an L shape is going to screw me over. Because then this has to be the elbow shape, right? Which would force me to move this in, right? And we're screwed. We can't do that. So we do have to do a single shape there. Oh, shoot. We have to put a single shape there. Which means you can't have a single. We have to have an L. No? Do I have this wrong? How would I have this wrong? This has to be there. These have to go there, because if not, there's two dominoes. Or perhaps this is still not great. That forces me to do this at least. We gotta have an elbow here? Or do we just do... No, we can't have a domino. We have to have an elbow. Is there any reason why this won't work? Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. And we're good as gold. That was a really weird way to end it with a puzzle. I was totally sure what I was doing the whole time. But I'm going to take a break from this match because it's been more than half an hour. I would like a break for myself. Yeah, that's all. Really nothing else to say about this video. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you next time. And have a good day. Goodbye.